If only there was some company who actually cared about the user experience for its customers. If only there was a company that actually cared about transparency and honesty and accountability. Oh, what's that? Oh, Nintendo has implemented a policy so publishers have to disclose if the entire game is on the cartridge? Let me make something clear. I am not here to tell you how to feel or how to think. I will share with you a wider, more well-considered perspective of these topics, and you can choose to either accept reality and take that information on board, or you can reject it and disagree with me. It's your choice. It is very sad to hear from so many people in the comment sections who have resigned themselves to never having any actual understanding of the world and life. If you view the world through a narrow perspective, then your understanding of the world will be narrow. There is no aspect ratio wide enough to give you a real, genuine understanding of the world and the people in it. Much of the negativity online is being fueled by false rumors, people spreading misinformation to fuel the negativity. A lot of what we see online, it seems that people are just maliciously making things up, posting screenshots of fake conversations and spreading that online because they know that it will spread. There's no point in wasting time on people that do not want to listen, and they have no interest in buying Nintendo products anyway, and I'm hoping that I can share a bit of my insight with you today. People creating hate content and whipping people up into a frenzy will make this task very difficult. It's frustrating, I know. We don't want to have to look at a video that says, oh, Nintendo is anti-consumer, they're greedy, they're hateful, they're angry. Of course we don't want to look at those things, so we won't open those videos, we won't listen to that, because it's pretty obvious those people just want to generate hatred, so we're not going to hear any of the feedback. Have you figured it out yet? Hey. 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 Look here. Are you paying attention? What have you got there? What do you... Give me your phone. Give me that. What is this? Cocomelon? What is important is listening to the people who do want to be your customers but are in a financial position where they are priced out of being able to enjoy the Nintendo Switch 2 games. They feel that the pricing is unfair. These people don't have the reassurance they need to feel comfortable purchasing these products. So what is important is to listen to and understand those people's positions. What people really need is more clarity and transparency as to the reason why prices are the way they are. What Nintendo's customers need right now is reassurance. Give me your phone. Give me that. What is this? Cocomelon?
Oh man, I feel like this is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna need some caffeine. Alright, first off, a bit of context for people who don't know what the hell is going on. Sungrand is a game developer who grew his channel by speaking out against the games industry. Quite a few videos of his have went viral, and he would put on this suit and make these industry speeches, he calls them, basically mocking the politically driven failures of games like Concord, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Avowed, recently Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I'm assuming made him a lot of allies within the anti-woke crowd. And if you want to know where I stand, I kind of lean towards agreeing with that side, but I'm not as passionately focused on it. I'm also not against calling out the bullshit from the anti-woke side, so when they start sounding like everything they're supposed to be against, yeah, I call it out. But mostly my views are from a general perspective. I just hate slop. But anyways, this hasn't really scored him a lot of brownie points with other developers, so he's been quietly trying to backpedal for months now, which I get it. He doesn't want to focus his content around politics or whatever. But at the same time, he kind of built that image around his channel. There's a certain level of expectations now. And when you hard switch like that on your entire audience, it comes off as flip-flopping and being disingenuous. Which you don't have to stand hard on beliefs you had years ago that, you're not the same person now. That's just natural human growth. I was a total bootlicking Nintendo fanboy too before I discovered PC gaming, and no one's calling me fake. In fact, people were welcoming me on board like, yo, it's about damn time, bro. I also used to have a soft stance on piracy. Basically, if games are out of print and can't be purchased officially, do what you gotta do. But now, buying isn't owning, right? But when you're going from speaking out against identity politics to clear as day corporate shilling, you can not blame your audience for having that knee-jerk reaction. Now he tries blaming his audience for this backlash in this weird, condescending, parasocial way, like they're misbehaving children that need to be put in timeout. It's really cringe. When the Switch 2 was announced, he tried to defend Nintendo with inflation arguments, ignoring all other factors like the fact that Nintendo wants to add a bunch of unnecessary expensive peripherals, charging more for older games, and the fact that the Switch 2's entire design concept feeds into trying to get you to buy into a subscription service. There's a lot of stuff about the Switch 2 that's blatantly greedy, and YouTubers like Smash JT, Fratanga Plays, and TheDezembro, which you'll hear from him in this video, well, they've called him out for gaslighting his audience, especially when he tried using Iwata's death as emotional manipulation to defend Nintendo's price hikes. It's honestly insane, and apparently in his most recent videos, he's had a full-blown crash out, right? So with all that context out of the way and apologies ahead of time, I feel like this is going to be a long video. Let's see Sungrand's reasons for not wanting to do any more industry speeches. Keep in mind, there were people saying I was being overly negative in my last response to Sungrand. Just keep that in mind.
Have a seat. We're going to talk. My name is Jarrell. You might know me as the guy who put on the suit and did industry speeches. I covered a number of industry topics. I identified opportunities for the industry to move away from malpractices and move towards better practices, focusing on integrity, honesty, and transparency. I have made it very clear that I am not a YouTuber. I am a professional working in the games industry. I made it very clear that I'm not here for attention, and I will sometimes be covering topics and presenting topics with speeches that you will not always understand.
Look, he's a YouTuber. He uploads daily. He has multiple videos that have gone viral, speaking out against the industry. And the title of this video is Goodbye, It's Over. One of the oldest tricks in the book when it comes to clickbait titling your videos. By definition, he's a YouTuber. And listen, everyone uploading videos to this platform is doing it for attention. That's kind of how this works. If I didn't want to bring attention to myself with these videos, I would just upload them as delisted and keep them for myself to watch. There's no way you can say you're not doing this for attention. And what do you mean, topics that you will not always understand? The whole reason he's been having all of this drama targeted around his videos is because he speaks in this condescending position of authority and acts like his audience are children, like they have less of an understanding than he does when it comes to the industry. How dumb do you think people really are? I get it when you're talking about educational topics like game design. It's okay to explain things to people in simple terms so they can easily digest all that jargon. But people understand the bad practices within the gaming industry. You don't have to act like we're all dumb and we don't understand why games like Concord, Dragon Age the Veilguard were, failures. Why the newest Assassin's Creed game is slop. These are things that have been happening in the industry for well over a decade, and I think people understand it clearly.
I told you that whatever I discuss here on industry topics will be for the gamers. I am against anti-consumer practices. I'm against pro-corporate. And I asked you to be patient, to listen, and to trust me. I said everything I say in my videos will not be just literal. There's a lot of meaning to what goes into these videos, and they are not literally just to make a video for attention.
So if you're against anti-consumer and pro-corporate, why have you been shilling for a multi-billion-dollar company and telling people that if they're not okay with it, they're children with a narrow understanding of the world and the people in it? Those were your own words responding to the backlash people had towards Nintendo. How come you can speak out against Ubisoft, BioWare, and Sony, all those companies, but when it comes to Nintendo, they can do no wrong? The thing with the price hikes, Nintendo's new key cards, framing Iwata's death around defending Nintendo's prices, are those literal? Was it sarcasm? Why? What? Where? How? None of this is ever explained. Do you just expect people to read your mind or something? No matter if they've been subscribed to you for years or if it's their first time stumbling across your channel, their reaction, both of them are, whoa, what did I do? What the fuck, man?
They are to guide people to sharing their feedback, to lead a conversation toward a discussion, towards people sharing their perspectives, but also showing the industry how you respond to various topics with various tones and subjects, how you respond to certain situations, how you respond to information. Now, when the announcement for the Switch 2 was launched, things were not going well. There were many negative reactions online, and I posted a number of videos that were not just literal. They were prompts. They were prompts for you to share your feedback so the industry could see how you feel and how you respond to certain subjects.
I tried looking into your recent videos so I could clip them for this response, obviously because there's so many inconsistencies in your videos, but then I found that you've been deleting your videos anytime you just get any tiny amount of people disagreeing with you. My bad, spewing hatred. Also, when he says prompts, I feel like he's trying to say that these videos are some type of social experiment or something. This is what I mean. People have no idea what you're talking about. No one understands any of this because you're constantly backtracking, flip-flopping, telling people, oh no, I'm being literal, or no, this was actually sarcasm, and now it's, oh, this is some type of social experiment or whatever you mean by these prompts. And now you're just gonna delete any video of yours that gets any type of backlash? So your next video can run some type of damage control to hopefully gain back some type of trust? Normally, YouTubers just do this. They bite the bullet and say, you know what? I've been going through some crazy shit and I apologize for how unhinged I've been online lately. And this is not who I am. I'm sorry. But not Sungrand. Jarrell has to be right so badly. He can never be wrong. He can never forfeit that position of authority and that superiority complex that he has going on. So he has to constantly double down and try to explain himself away. And I'm sorry, but that's the reason why people are leaving in droves, because you're not resonating with them on a human level. You're not giving them any reason to trust you, because any confusion can be explained away with a new excuse. And the sad thing is that none of this is really that serious. I don't even hate Sungrand. I like the guy. But it's hard tuning into his channel and watching him embarrass himself again and again.
It did not go well in the fact that people, instead of receiving any information or viewing the matter in a subjective way, merely through tantrums, people did not care about the facts. They ignored the facts, and they only focused on hatred and anger. And people only focused on stoking that anger and hatred.
Look, I'm sure there were a few psychopaths in your comment section that were only focused on hatred, but when you were doubling down, you were attacking your entire audience. You were basically punishing everybody for the 1% of people that were actually giving you backlash. Not once in those videos did you ever bring attention to the people that were actually defending you and trying to send you positive vibes. For anybody that's subscribed to Sungrand, Was he thanking you for all of your support that he was receiving from you? Because that's not what I've gathered from these videos with green screens in the background. It felt like blame everybody. Everybody except me is the problem. Everybody's the hate mob. Everyone's acting like children. But whenever I read the comments, there was a shocking amount of people supporting him. How long can you play this victim card? I'm sorry for your losses. I'm sorry people are attacking you. But at what point are you being serious, or are you just trolling?
And because of that, people turned on me. I was slandered online, which does not matter to me. Again, I do not care about reputation. I have no interest in popularity. But people were slandering me for a time period, and not a single content creator stood up in my defense.
First off, why do other content creators have to stand in your defense? I don't understand. Why do people have to come defend you? Why can you not stand on your own 2 feet? And I just want to show this clip of another creator. His name is TheDezembro. And this dude is really based. I'll link his video in the description because I think people on my channel would really love his content. But this right here, this is the type of slander that Sungrand is talking about. These are the type of people that he's talking about when he says not one creator was coming to his defense.
You know, people have asked you to speak on behalf of them, to be a voice of reason in gaming discourse, to be the objective, professional, yet poignant spear that many of us cannot be. Whether it be because we're playing a character and that doesn't fit, or because, you know, in my case, we have the mouth of a sailor, or because of something else, but it obviously shouldn't come at the cost of your own mental well-being. So please take care and reach out anytime if you feel like it, and also feel free to take the time to do other content that is more positive if you feel the need to. You've already done that in your channel with relaxing videos talking about other things in life, also your comedy skits. You know, like, you don't have to force yourself to make a video on a situation that you're not comfortable with making a video on yet, or that you don't feel like you're just able to do it the way that it needs to be done because of not being in the right mind space for it. Again, people have asked you to speak on behalf of them, but you don't have to take that in as a burden. But anyway, hope you and nobody else takes this video in the wrong way. I just felt like I should contextualize why I believe people are disconnecting with your videos on this matter, and with that whole scene with Satoru Iwata.
God damn, such slander from the hate mob, such outrage. I can't believe these hate merchants would talk about Jarrell in such a derogatory way. I can't believe that these content creators wouldn't come to Jarrell's defense or reach out to him in any way. And by the way, he 100% knows of TheDezembro's existence. He has commented on his videos in the past, so I don't believe he's actually watching everyone's content. And if he is, it's with selective hearing. Whenever he hears anything bad about Nintendo, he just covers his ears and he says, la 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 la, I can't hear the hatred.
Now, what does that show the industry? It shows the industry that when people are shown information and facts, the hate mob online will disregard any information and won't actually watch videos and won't actually listen. I posted a number of videos to show what would happen, and you guys proved that you do not actually watch videos, you do not actually listen to information, you outright ignore it and focus on just creating hatred online.
The industry does not give a shit what we're saying. They haven't given a shit for well over a decade. It doesn't matter what we say. They will still fill their games with microtransactions, push for this all-digital future where they want to control everything with variable pricing. They'll take away any ownership we have. They'll insert whatever political bullshit they want. It doesn't matter how much attention we bring to the industry. They do not give a shit. But yeah, it's the hate mob. It's always the hate mob. It's always the grifters trying to milk us for ad revenue. Yes, this is what it has come to.
Now, what do you think you have just shown the games industry? You have just shown the games industry that there is no reason for them to listen to you. You have just shown them that there is no reason for them to accept any of your perspectives or feedback because you just act like children.
Again, it doesn't matter what we've shown the gaming industry. They do not give a shit. And you will keep pissing people off for as long as you keep calling them children just because they disagree with you on this.
There is no reason for them to say, wait, maybe these consumers are onto something. Unfortunately, I expected much better out of all of you. This is entirely my fault. This is not your fault. This is entirely my fault because I believed in you.
It's my fault, but it's also your fault because I believed in you and I expected much better. You see, it can't just be his fault. He'll always find a way to shift the blame elsewhere, and he does this all the time in his videos with this parasocial, fatherly figure persona towards his own audience. It's kind of weird and cringe, to be honest.
I believed you had the maturity and the intelligence to understand what I was telling you, to understand information that was presented to you. And I'm very disappointed. Again, I have no interest in popularity. I do not care that people are slandering me online and spreading lies. That has no bearing on my life. That doesn't mean anything to me. What matters to me is that I can no longer create these speech videos addressing industry matters because of how you guys responded. Because I did a video, you guys ignored all of the information and turned everything into hatred, hate content, into slandering. And then nobody stood up and said, wait a second, hold on, maybe there's some information in here. I've been watching all of your videos.
At this point, man, you really do deserve whatever so-called slander you're receiving, because you're constantly talking down to people and insulting their intelligence. You know, you have a very loyal and supportive audience, and most YouTubers would be lucky to be in your position, because if I was doing this shit, I would get absolutely ratioed to oblivion and probably think about making another channel. You have something really good going on, and it would be so easy to just turn this all around and move on. And you could still make content for people to enjoy. Please, just get over the few shitheads in your comment sections and stop doing this thing where whenever a few people disagree with you, you have to double down and make these bullshit videos punishing your audience for what other people said.
I keep an eye on the industry. I watch what all of you post, and I'm very disappointed. I really believed in you guys. So, I have been the only industry professional addressing this matter in the public space in a direct way. Do you understand that? Are there any other professionals putting on a suit and addressing these matters in a public and open way? Who has been fighting for you for the past year? When the previous CEO of Unity, John Riccitiello, put in anti-developer and anti-consumer practices and was going to tear apart Unity as a company and rupture the industry, I first put on the suit and tie, I spoke, and we were able to remove the CEO that was destroying Unity.
Come on, man, you're not that special. At the end of the day, you're just another guy on the internet uploading videos, just like I'm just another fucking random guy on the internet uploading videos. I doubt that you made all this happen. And the only thing I'm seeing right here is protagonist syndrome. The world does not revolve around you. You're not this chosen one. We're not NPCs gathered around you just praising you for being a hero. You act like you're the fucking dragonborn from Skyrim or some shit.
That is extremely difficult to do. You cannot just make that happen. That does not happen every day. That is extremely difficult. Now, my set of skills come from the industry. I am accustomed to dealing with multi-million-dollar CEOs and business owners. That is what I've done in the past. I know how to deal with them. And you do not deal with them by just throwing tantrums. I asked you to trust me, and you didn't. And because of that, I can't make these speech videos anymore.
No, that's not the reason you can't make these speech videos anymore. The reason you can't make these videos anymore is because you're trying to censor and run moderation on your channel because you've been exposed for being a corporate shill. You've lost trust, and now you're trying to gain it all back by deleting any controversial videos of yours and trying to quietly rebrand yourself.
Do you understand the reasoning why? You've just destroyed our credibility. This was an endeavor with you and me, and you've destroyed our credibility with your behavior online over the past week, 2 weeks, or whatever it is. There was still so much more work that we need to do in the industry. And it is very disappointing. But unfortunately, I'll have to do this work alone now. Whatever work that I have to do in the industry now has to be behind closed doors, in stuffy boardrooms.
Look, I'm really sorry, you guys, that I have to put you through this. I would just short clip his videos and cherry pick all the nonsense bullshit, but I feel like that's just disingenuous, and it's what a lot of other YouTubers already do. I want to do something different here, so I apologize for how many times you have to hear him say, "I'm so disappointed in you."
I'm so disappointed in you. I really believed in you guys. So moving forward, I will not be addressing any industry topics whatsoever, because I can't anymore. You destroyed our credibility. Great work. I told you everything I said is not literal. I told you these videos are prompts to show the industry how you respond to stimulus, to information, and you responded in the absolute worst way possible. You could not have responded worse. And the only reason I am upset is because I believed in you. I thought you were more mature. I thought you were more intelligent. Moving forward, this channel will be strictly fun, education, and entertainment. I will not be addressing industry topics.
Oh boy, what fun we're having here. Aren't we just having so much fun? But wait, there's more. After he received a huge amount of backlash on this video, he decided to delete it. And now he wants to turn around and make another video with this quiet rebranding that I'm talking about.
Hey, it's good to see you. Welcome. All right, so I think I can finally tell you what I've been working on. I've had a couple people reaching out to me over the past week or so asking about some of my previous videos. They've been asking if I'm all right, if things are all right, and I really appreciate all of you reaching out to me. It's been so great. People asked about the tone. They felt like something was a little off in the tone in some of my previous videos. So before they explain that, I want to let you know where my priorities are with this channel right now. Over the past few months, I've been noticing more and more people, and I've lost count of all the people that are saying that their week is tough. They just have such a tough work week, and that my channel is something they look forward to. My channel brings them positivity. It's a place where they can have a laugh, they can relax and just chill, and that really meant something to me. The fact that I could maintain this channel and bring people something positive, but there was a problem. Because of the content that I was creating in regards to the games industry, it was bringing in a lot of subscribers who were ruining that vibe. I keep a close watch on the comments, and there are people who want to come here for positivity and relax, and they were expressing that they were just kind of bummed out by the killjoys that were coming into the comment section, just ruining everything with their negativity and spreading hate and looking for hate content. And they were, not so supportive when I just wanted to do fun, funny, educational stuff. So I decided that I want to focus this channel entirely on bringing people positivity. I want this channel to be a place where you can hang out, you can relax, you can have fun, and you shouldn't have to worry about people in the comment sections just pushing negativity onto other people.
If you want to make fun, entertaining, educational videos, then just make those videos. You don't have to make these follow-up conversations constantly trying to defend yourself. You bring the hatred because you're sowing the seeds for it. Just don't talk about it. This is the internet here, okay? Just make different content and eventually people will just forget about it. Hell, 1 week on the internet is like an entire month in the real world. 1 month is like an entire year. People forget and move on really quick because they have millions of other videos being uploaded every single day.
And I'm not this big professional YouTuber, so I don't exactly know how to handle or manage all of this. So what I knew was I had to somehow get a lot of people to unsubscribe from my channel, and I wasn't exactly sure how to do that. But when the topic of the Nintendo Switch 2 came up, and I saw that people were getting riled up and highly emotional, and I knew that a portion of my subscribers would be looking for anger and hatred. They're looking for me to, stick it to them, show Nintendo. I saw the opportunity to create content with very deliberate phrasing and tone that I knew that my genuine audience, the people that come here to just have fun, to have some positivity, I knew those people would not be offended. I knew that you guys would know something is up.
Yeah, guys, it was all a big joke. I was pulling your leg. I was pulling a prank on you this entire time, and it totally went over your guys' heads. But I know the people that watch my channel, the people that believe Nintendo is this fun, family-friendly company, they can do no wrong. I know they're basically, Nintendo's basically the second coming of Christ. I know those people were in on the joke. I know, and they know I was just doing that.
Because I talked to you guys directly in the comment section, I know you're intelligent people. I know you're funny people. Because so many comments, I'm laughing out loud. And I knew that you guys would understand what was up. So basically what I've been doing with my videos over the past 2 weeks or so is I've been using phrasing, language, and tone that I knew would upset people who want to push negativity onto other people. People who are looking for rage bait content, people who are looking just to hate something. Those people were ruining the experience of my channel for other people. Those people were coming into this comment section just ruining the vibe, and I don't want that. I don't want a channel where people just feel uncomfortable in the comment section. And I knew that this decision was going to make people really dislike me. I knew that it was going to bring harassment towards me personally, and I had to calculate, is this something that I'm willing to take on for the benefit of getting people to unsubscribe so that the channel can just focus on being a positive, cool place.
The people that were coming into your comment sections were people that were disagreeing with you about Nintendo's pricing. Well, we'll just say that they're the hate mob because there's no way that people could have opinions that don't align with mine. That's impossible. So let's get all those people disagreeing with me and just get them to unsubscribe from me so we can have a fun, completely censored time.
And it didn't take me long to decide. I mean, I knew that's exactly what I wanted. I want to make this a cool place for you guys. And that means that I can't cover industry topics the way that I did before, because if I do that, it will bring the same people back in. The same people looking for negativity and hate content, they're going to come to this channel and ruin the vibe in the comment section.
Translation. People don't like Nintendo's pricing, and I think they're greedy. Therefore, they're the hate mob.
So that's the reason why I have been using a specific language and tone, and I know that many of you figured it out. I know that you guys have figured it out. I was trying to upset the people that were trying to force me to make hate content, the people that were ruining the vibe in the comment section and just being a buzzkill towards other people. I wanted to make them mad at me so that they would unsubscribe, and that way, the people that are watching the videos and leaving comments here are people that just want to have fun, that just want to relax and have a little bit of positivity during their day, during their week. So there we go. No, I haven't snapped. I'm doing normal. I'm as normal can be. I'm working on my games, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm disappointed that more people haven't unsubscribed. I know that you guys have noticed. I have been pushing really hard to try to get the negative people to unsubscribe. I've been pushing so hard, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of tired of it. This is the one time during my channel where I put on an act. You guys know that I'm genuine. I'm just myself. The past 2 weeks were the only time that I've put on an act because I was really trying to get people mad at me so they would unsubscribe.
So the people that were unsubscribing from you were also people that supported your channel that were caught in the crossfire and didn't know what the hell was even going on. And fun fact, YouTube doesn't give a shit about subscriber counts. They care about watch time. And when you watch a certain style of content, the algorithm keeps pushing that content to your home feed. So when you make this content to, quote, get the people to unsubscribe to your channel, you're actually telling the algorithm to push your content to that same hate mob again, even more.
And it's tiring, actually. So I don't want to do that anymore. I'm done. I think whoever was going to unsubscribe has unsubscribed already because they feel offended and attacked. And I know that the people who genuinely just enjoy having fun here, I knew you guys would get it. I knew that you would understand that something was different about the tone. So there it is. And I'm doing this.
Everybody felt offended and attacked because you weren't clear. What do you expect people to read your mind? You say you want to get people to trust you, but you don't give anybody a reason to trust you. You brought this on yourself.
Because I want you guys to have a cool channel to hang out. It's fortunate that I don't actually care about the subscriber count. I don't care about the number going down. I do care that it didn't go down enough. I was hoping that subscriber count would drop more than it has, but I don't want you guys to worry. So that's why I'm telling you now is the channel's only going to get better from now, because the people that will be in the comment section are people that just want to have a laugh. They just want to have fun. I'm going to try even harder to make cool, fun videos for you. I will be focusing on a couple of long-term projects. One I'm going to maintain.
This is probably going to be my last video covering Sungrand. And you know, a lot of people in my first response video, they told me in the comments that I should unsubscribe from Sungrand as well. But I actually defended him. I said he wasn't a bad guy. He really was going through some shit, and I thought he needed time to clear his head. And he was most likely just making these videos as a way to cope. I understand that as a developer, he probably has a deep emotional attachment to Nintendo. And his lashing out towards his fans with a few bad takes, well, I didn't think it needed to be looked at so negatively. I felt like he was still making better content than most YouTubers out there. But listening to this man, I guess I'm one more person just unsubscribing from him. I can't do this anymore. I can't sit here and defend you. I can't offer you constructive criticism, and I can't offer you support because last time I did, when I tried telling you that people felt like you were being condescending, you told me that I was spewing hatred. And I know you were talking about me because I was one of the only people commenting trying to offer that constructive criticism when everybody else was just simping over you. So sorry to everyone for putting you through this video. I know it was probably painful for a lot of people to watch, but after this, we'll be moving on to the regular content. I just really didn't have a lot to talk about. Nintendo's basically overshadowing everything on YouTube these days. I just think it's really sad seeing somebody that really inspires me, somebody that I looked up to, just go down this path, who just refuses to see the other side. It's crazy, man.